Started. Um, First things first, you're going to open the App Manager palette. It's here. It will take a long time to load. If you don't have a Palette's kernel already, it will take an even longer time because it has to start the Palette's kernel, or rather, if you have a Palette's kernel, but it's not started, it'll take a long time. If you don't have a Palette's kernel at all, then you're solid. You can do, it'll just use the local kernel. Cool. The next thing you'll do is go to the New App button. It just opens up a dialog, and you put in, the name of your app. Let's call it package loader, something like that, because I'm going to fork off some of my BTools stuff into it. Cool. Create app. Go to your dropdown, and you see that it's there. Simple as that. You can open the app. It just opens it in whatever system open will open. But you can see we have the basic Paclet structure here. We have a Paclet info file, pretty empty for now. There's really nothing else in here. The main thing it has is a large loader file. But beyond that, nothing really is here. Good, there's nothing in this packages folder. There used to be a bug where there was. Now we just need to add content to our thing, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fork some stuff off of BTools and then probably reintegrate it later. But we're going to go to my BTools packages folder, go to the Paclets folder, and then we'll just pull out some of this this builder and core stuff. Cool. Go back to your package loader folder. Drop them straight in the packages folder. You don't need it. You can see what's in the builder folder. This is sort of what my standard package development workflow looks like, but lots of closed cells. Even more closed cells within the first closed cells. But it's just basically code cells, Code cells, there's some nice things like we have block indentation here. You can actually toggle the indentation, so now it's all indenting new lines, and you can toggle back to the standard indentation structure. But beyond that, nothing really fascinating in here. Yeah, I didn't really change anything. Cool. And then we'll copy out some BTools resources that are sort of part of this thing I'm thinking about doing. Templates, initialization. That's where we are. Package loader, resources, copy it over. One nice thing about these loader files that are built for you, so if we open this thing, we'll see it's, got a lot of stuff in it. This is just some dependencies. If we're loading as a dependency crap, so ignore that. But it provides a bunch of symbols that will be provided to you at load time. you can find file paths relative to your package directory pretty cleanly. Some stuff for adding usages. Let's see, what else do we have? There's a lot of stuff in here, and at some point in the future it'll get documented, some dependency loading stuff. But the main thing that I want to point out here is this package file path thing, which actually gets used all the time in my code. So if we go to this thing, and it's the kind of thing that everyone just kind of puts in a package, right? I'm the builder. I think it's the builder. Nah, don't save. It changes. Yeah, it's this thing. So you can see that I actually made use of this thing to pull stuff out of my resources folder. Cool. That was really all I wanted to point out. Okay, but with our new package built, we now have some content in it. Our Paclet info file is still a little bit empty, right? Because we now have resources, so they should be showing up as resources. So let's just regenerate our Paclet info. It updates the Paclet info for you. It adds all your resources in. You can always print these back out. But the thing just adds them all for you, because it's good to provide things like that. Beyond that, nothing's really changed. It'll increment your version number. If you don't want that, just decrement it again. It always opens this file. Beyond that, though, nothing particularly fascinating. If you have documentation, it'll add documentation. If you add something like creator, one at gmail.com. If you add stuff like this, or like a description, whatever description you want. Okay, not shift enter. There you go, there you go. Say this. If you do that, the regenerate will respect those changes. So it keeps everything that's in there and only updates what can be updated. Cool. Anything else to note here? This regenerate loader thing will regenerate that, big loader file that I showed you. But that only really makes sense when I've made updates to these templates that it's loading from. So for the most part, don't worry about that. Finally, we made our package, right? It's built. We have a good package. We can finally Paclet it up. And this dist thing will get a button to just build a Paclet and open that up. But for what I do, I always, sometimes I push it to a GitHub repo. You can make a GitHub repo for this thing. You can just directly publish a release, which just pushes your Paclet file up to the cloud, or up to a new GitHub release for the repo that was created here. But what I do is I always push to my Paclet server. So let's just see what it does. It says publishing. And it pushed it to my server if I open up my Paclet server. So let's go to another palette. Default. This is the stuff on the web, right? Maybe not. Oh no, this is the local one. Yeah. Double click should do a thing, right? Yeah. So, well, you can see that the Paclet is now on my server. We can open up the server. Maybe that's the thing to do. So we open up the server, we look at the Paclets that are there, and we see that this package loader Paclet is now there. Cool. As I noted, I'm going to add a button, probably like right here, just to create a Paclet and show it to you. Another thing worth pointing out is when it builds the Paclet, it always does it in this underscore Paclets folder. You can see these are all the things I've built since I last loaded this package. But you can also copy out of here. Many places to copy out of. But I think that's it for this, part of the show. But I'll make a few more videos later so that we can see more.